Hi, today I want to talk to you about going solo camping. Um, Not even the pros and cons, just some people have brought it up with me about, am I afraid of other people when I go solo camping? And I said, well look, I'm going to do an entire video on it because it's quite detailed, lots to talk about sort of thing. Yeah, so there's a couple of things, like initially is knowing where you're going to and having it like do some research, and is that area known to be relatively safe? So in my case, I tend not to hide myself away totally, like so no one can see me at all, but in saying that, I also don't like to be overexposed either. So just sort of enough privacy that it's obvious you want your privacy. So that will deter people from coming and camping right beside you, hopefully. But it also, lets them know that you're not totally. You don't want to not talk to anybody as such, like. So yeah, just trying to find a fine line as to where you are. But wherever you do go, trust your instincts. Just get the feel of the place, and then decide if it's right for you. If it's not right for you, if you don't feel comfortable, just leave. Like, there's tons of other places you can go. So yeah, don't feel that that's the only place you can be. There's other places, okay? Even if it means driving for another hour, do it, because it's all about you and you feeling good about where you are, okay? Make sure your vehicle's in good condition, and that you have fuel in case you get lost. Sometimes if you're up in the mountains, you take a wrong turn, it might be a couple of extra hours of driving that you need to do to correct that situation, and that's happened to many people I know, including me. So make sure that you've got extra fuel on board before you head out into the bush. If you've just done a 4-hour stint of driving before you head off up into a mountain area, just make sure you stop somewhere and get fuel just to top up just before you head up there. Your own, have your safety items with you and know where they are and how to use them. Now that might be your personal locator beacon, it might be it might be a whistle, it might be some sort of a spray can for an emergency situation. I've never had to use anything like that in many years of camping. So it's all to do with finding the right spot in the right position at the right time and doing your research. So it's all the knowledge that you've gained before you even see anybody, okay? You already have a plan in place, all right? Now, there are signs to keep a watch out for. So people that are overly curious about you, people that want to get overly close, like that uninvited proximity to you. Some people just don't take a hint or want to be near you for, not a good reason. Not just for a little bit of company and chit chat. They want to check you out. Now that may be because they like the look of your fancy fridge, or their battery just died and they need a new battery, and you've got a pretty nice looking battery set up there. So just be aware of other people, and they're trying to be too friendly, okay? And you don't have to be rude about it. Just politely deflect, as they say. Asked assess who else is there. You must check people out. If you don't, you've got no idea who your neighbour is, and you really, you need to know who your neighbours are. I mean, not intimately, but you need to know if there's a young couple with the child next door, or like just next to you, or whether it's half a football team on their end of season camp, because they're two different types of neighbours, aren't they? So you need to just assess who's next door. Stay neutral in your demeanour. Don't be overly friendly, and don't be overly, don't look afraid or anything. Now, as I touched on before, just decide for yourself how you intend to mingle or not to mingle. Okay. Observe and assess who else is there. Don't make a big point of that you're there by yourself. Maybe even to the point of saying, you got friends coming, or they're on their way, or they've ducked up to another camp or whatever. Especially if they're day trippers, if the people getting close to you are day trippers, just don't let on that you're there by yourself. Because that might entice them to either hang around or come back later, and you don't want that. Avoid any sort of aggression at all. Don't get angry. Stay calm. Maintain your composure. Have an exit plan as well. If you're there and you're all set up, always try and set up with your vehicle pointing out. Okay, so you don't have to try and reverse or do a 3-point turn to get out of your campsite. Try and set up so that your vehicle is pointing outwards towards your exit point, and so if need be, you can just go. You can leave your tent, you can leave whatever, you can just go if you feel the need. Now, as far as I've spoken about, knowing who's around, I'll just make this. Know who's next door. As like anywhere else, you need to know your neighbours. Okay. Now you might have, like I said, the football team, or nothing wrong with football teams. So don't. I'm not implying that they're all bad or anything, but they're a different type of neighbour to the family with a little baby or something like that, or two little 2-year-olds. So there's different expectations with them, and you can end up sharing a campfire at night and marshmallows with the kids, or you may not. You may just watch them have their marshmallows and see the kids have so much fun and play spotlight and things like that. And that's just all part of being out in the bush camping, just lying there under the stars watching everything happen, up there, the satellites and falling stars, and there's so much goes on up in the sky at night. It's amazing. So the further you are out in the bush, the better night sky you get to see, so that's really great too. Each time you go out solo camping, you will get more confident in what you're doing and how to do it, and it'll all become second nature. So don't let the first time frighten you. Try again. If you were afraid, just try again. Maybe it was the place that you were at. Maybe it was you just got a bad neighbour. Maybe you just didn't like that you were so far. Maybe you were too remote for your own comfort. But learn from your experiences, and when you go home from your first trip, or even when you're driving home, just put your phone on and just reflect on, as you're driving along, just reflect on your trip and what you liked, what you didn't like, and play it back when you get home. And it's always interesting doing that, I think. Trust yourself though. I mean, At our age, we've had a lot of experiences. We're not silly, so we've seen things, we've heard things, we know things. So just trust yourself, and I'm sure you'll be fine. Now, please, if you've got any questions, please put it in the comments, and I'm happy to do more videos on this subject. I know I've sort of skipped over a lot of things, but as I said in the beginning, it is such a deep, in-depth topic, and you know, there's the noises and all sorts of things. I have done other videos, the pros and cons of solo camping, so maybe have a look at that one as well. But yeah, I'm happy to do more videos on this topic, and but just leave your comments. I'd love to hear them. Okay, so I had to move quickly because I'm actually babysitting my son's dog at the moment. Yes, I'm talking about you, Banjo. Uh-oh, here he comes. He's probably going to knock the stand over. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, that's my video for today. I hope you took some good tips from that, and yeah, like I said, please leave any questions you have in the comments. I'd love to hear what you've got to say about all that, and I'm sure you've got your own suggestions that you could add as well. So yeah, thanks for coming along. I will add, I'll put a link to that the 5 pros and cons of solo camping video up there somewhere, so you can have a look at that one as well. But yeah, it's good to be back. I've had a bit of a break. Been doing lots of babysitting over the school Christmas holidays, and now I'm dog sitting. So do you want to come and say hello, Banjo? How's he going? No, I'll show him to you next time. He's beautiful, but he's very spoiled. Okay, talk to you next time.